Hello, welcome back to Module 4, Lesson 2, where we are going to talk about the power of manifesting. There are so many manifesting gurus out there, and there are so many different ways that you can attract abundance. It's all about the law of vibration. Much of the work that we have done in this course sets you up for success to be a powerful manifester. Much of the mindset work, what we did in the last lesson, creating your mindfulness-based stress reduction routine to increase presence, sets you up for manifesting. And so you're ready. You are ready to become a powerful manifester. The thing is, you've already been manifesting. Because whether we mean to or not, air energy triggers the law of vibration, drawing to us what we're putting out there. And our energy and our expectations and our thoughts trigger the law of attraction, meaning it's bringing to us what we're putting out there. So the law of attraction and the law of vibration are exceptionally significant components of the empowered mind, and equally as important components of manifesting. So as an entrepreneur, it's important that we understand that whether we are intentionally manifesting or unconsciously manifesting, our thoughts, vibrations, actions, our energy is all bringing to us what we're putting out there. And that's why it's so important that we are right in charge of and conscious of the unconscious and what we're putting out there. So before we get started, I think now's a really great time for you to work through the routine we created. And I hope at this point you're very comfortable with the routine. Let me go over the steps of your morning ritual, and hopefully you've cultivated it in a way that suits you, and you're able to, at this point, have already integrated it into your morning routine. It's important that we start our day creating presence, and this is going to be a major catalyst, and it already is a major catalyst for your manifesting practice and empowering your mind and drawing to yourself and your business what it is that aligns with your goals and your highest self. So let's review. First, box breathing. Next, gratitude journaling. Next, intentional positive dialogue. If you're with a group or you're by yourself, this is where you've created the space to just let it flow. The words that come to you, trust it, say it, write it. Body scan, followed by swish, staying with your ideal self while you come back to a breathing method. At this point, it's probably box breathing. Infuse any breathing you want. And allow that ritual to take about 30 minutes. So go ahead and use this time to engage fully in that ritual. And we will pause the video. Okay. What came to you? Welcome back. What came to you? What is emerging? What are you hearing your intuition say that you didn't realize you were silencing? Answer these questions for yourself, because in answering these questions, we give them power. and our intuition and our power to manifest, soulmates. They go hand in hand. It's all an integrated part of our highest self. And while I said earlier, there are so many manifesting techniques out there, I am partial to Mandy Morris. She's written a book that says The 8 Secrets of Powerful Manifesting. And so we're gonna work from here. But the truth is, even though I want to give her credit because I like the way she has structured these manifesting techniques, manifesting is manifesting. And whether it's Deepak Chopra, whether it's a coach on Ngomu, where I coach, we have many manifesting coaches as well. Whether it's Sarah Prout, Gabrielle Bernstein, you know, there's so many powerful manifestors that want to get this information into your hands. It's just readily abundant because those of us who are powerful manifestors and understand the keys to unlocking your ability to attract what you seek, we want you to have that. We want you to unlock that power and immediately start going after it. And the reason is because if you're not intentionally manifesting, you're unconsciously manifesting. And if we are not intentionally training our minds and our emotions to manifest what we want to bring to us, then our emotions and our mind might be counter manifesting. And we might be bringing to us what we don't want, which is why it's so important that we go back into this practice through this course and make sure that we have really mastered the skill in neurolinguistics programming of projection. Because what is projected on us, what we project on others, what we think, say, and do, all tells the universe what we expect to happen. And what we expect to happen happens. And it is really that simple. So it's very, very important that you, as an empowered mind individual, cultivate your intuition, your insight, and your discernment, and your manifesting powers to work towards the greater good, to work with you in flow and alignment of the goals that you are striving for. Because it's like a house of cards. And when we build our vibration and build our vibration, and when we slip and our vibration goes down, it can be like one card collapsing the entire castle. And that's powerful. So it's important that we stay in a high vibrational plane. So let me tell you a couple of the steps to manifesting. And I like Mandy Morris. So I'm not going to tell you all 8 of hers. Definitely go get her book or get her audio book because I found it to be a game changer myself. As leaders, as entrepreneurs, as guides, it's important that we're always reading and taking classes and growing ourselves because that's what separates us. You see, the student may not always be the teacher, but this teacher, the wise teacher, is always the student. And that feeds into the connector mindset of always being open, of making connections, even if they seem counterintuitive or not exactly what you're seeking. Be open because the universe will surprise you. So, number 1, creating energetic check-ins. I think this is an excellent place to start. And we have not called it energetic check-ins, but as we have gone through this course, having discussed with you the wise mind and going through rational versus emotional thought, the activities related to that lesson were in fact energetic check-ins. So an energetic check-in is the foundation of manifesting, because we want to know, where are you operating from? What energetic space is your catalyst? What is your intention and your motivation? And we always want to know that. And we always want to operate from empathy, so that it is a curious and compassionate space that we're operating from. And so check in with yourself. And when you have those low vibrating emotions and feelings, identify them before they spiral and deconstruct all that you have been working towards. Take a moment and check in energetically. Why am I feeling this way? What is it I'm feeling? How can I shift this to be of a high vibration? How can I find the gratitude in it? Because that is the most direct route from taking something from any vibrational plane to the highest good. So energetic check-ins. Next, we need to deconstruct dense energy. This is exactly what I was talking about with your intentional gratitude practice, and identifying the energetic space that you're coming from, because sometimes the energy is so dense that it's low vibrating, and that creates the overwhelm, that creates the second guessing, that blocks the intuition, and that pauses your ability to manifest, and even creates counter manifesting. So know what you're feeling, and when it's dense, deconstruct it. Use that wise mind to look between rational and emotional. Look deep into your blocks and your shadows, to decide where the triggers are coming from. Is it a stage of development that wasn't met? Respond with self-compassion and love. This is all mental work, but it is so powerful. It will change your world, and it does, whether you are guiding this or whether it's guiding you. Let's see. And then Mandy says to manage your triggers with pattern interrupts. Again, we have gone through so much of this content that you're already ready to powerfully manifest without even knowing that's what you were doing. So when our thoughts begin to spiral, go on and look at those 5 different ways that I told you to create pattern interrupts, because we can definitely use it with other people. But when our thoughts start to unravel or go in a place that is not productive, positive, or uplifting, pattern interrupt, you got the tools. You just got to know when to use them, and you do know. But now you know why. It's super powerful. So then we've got to talk about the importance of self-compassion and self-love. Because we are human. We are having a human experience. Although your soul is able to elevate beyond the consciousness of the human form, and doing these techniques definitely elevates you to an empowered mind, to an empowered space, an elevated consciousness, we still have to accept that from time to time we're gonna have that dense energy. We're gonna react to something in a way that we wished we responded to, and give yourself self-compassion. It's a very powerful tool. Now, these are the first steps of what Mandy Morris says is good manifesting, but I wanna step away now and bring you to kind of where I will go next with that. And then I wanna guide you to go next, is visualization. So that's why we're using the techniques of the swish, of the body scan, silencing your mind so that you can know what it is you want. And if what you want is financial or, relationship, love, or a bigger house, you need to clearly see what it is that you're manifesting. So if you're having a manifesting session and you specifically want to manifest something, you need to be specific about it. Don't just say, I've manifested money. You will say, I am grateful for this exorbitant, $250,000 that showed up for me 2 weeks ago, in 2 weeks. You want to say when and how much and where and how. Be specific. The universe is going to respond, but it likes specifics. And I'll give you an example. My 9-year-old son, I always thought, I want a new floor and I want to redo the kitchen. And I didn't realize I was, manifesting because I kept putting it out there. But I wasn't specific as to how to get that. So about 2 years ago, my son overdrew the bathtub. And we were downstairs and he was upstairs. And he was 7 at the time. And all of a sudden it starts raining from the ceiling. And I'm like, what is this? Well, we go upstairs. My son's smiling. And it's like, what did you do? He was like, well, I just wanted to see what happened if I let the bathtub run. Okay. So 4 months later, okay, we had to move out of our house because the damage was so significant that they had to rip up the floors down to the subflooring, redo ceilings, redo walls, redo a bathroom, redo the kitchen, redo the upstairs hallway. And at the end of the 4 months, that was great, man. I had so much of my house redone with new floors and new walls and new paint jobs, but I wasn't specific. And so that 4 months where we moved out of the house, that was dysregulating and disruptive. And as an empowered mind practitioner, I looked for the growth, and we called it our hideaway, and we as a family embraced and loved it. And we looked for the good and we made it a great time. But it was cumbersome and it was overwhelming. And I look back and I laugh because I could have been more specific about how I wanted to manifest my new floors. And so I'm just telling you that to give you a charming example of how real this stuff really is and how powerful it can be. So be very specific about your desired outcome. Write it and put it somewhere. And I have a piggy bank, one of these little cats. And I will put what I want to manifest in there and I will come back to them. But it's not just writing it. It's that when you decide what it is you want to manifest and all of the nuances of what you're manifesting, this is the trick. Feel it. You have to emotionally align with how it feels to have already received what it is that you want. So you have to put yourself, swish yourself into future you that's already received that financial abundance, that's already received that soulmate that you've been waiting for, that's already received the child you've been waiting for, the house, the car, the peace, the health for yourself or a loved one. You have to feel it. And that multiplies your impact of manifesting exponentially. So I encourage you to open up to your intuition, to recognize what you're feeling, what your triggers are, and detangle dense energy. I encourage you to display self-compassion for yourself so that you're coming from a very calm space. And I encourage you to speak it and write it in detail, every nuanced detail of what it is you're trying to manifest. Feel it as if it's already happened, and use your intentional gratitude as a catalyst to be grateful as if it's already happened. And it will show up. And don't worry when or how. That is not something that you need to concern yourself with. You just need to know, I am manifesting this. I am operating from a place of high vibration, and I am grateful that it's already happened. Give it a go and find me on beminding.com. Send me an email. Send me a note through my website and tell me your manifesting stories, because these tools, this is the path. And you've done all the work up to this point, so you are a powerful manifester. Okay? You have engaged in these ways of being and have empowered your mind and therefore elevated your consciousness. So manifesting has now become a breeze. And enjoy it, my friends. Take some time to get really good at this, and then come on back for the next lesson.